Hi, welcome to our video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we're going to see uh, what are functions and how can we create our own functions in a Python syntax. So let's create a new file. Right click. New Python file. Custom functions. Okay, no need. It's just a Python file, so the extension will be added automatically. Okay. So I say the file name custom functions because those are the functions we create. Okay. Also, Python has its own inbuilt or ready-made functions we can use. So in this video, we'll see how to create our own function. In the upcoming videos, we'll see what are the built-in functions available in Python and how can we implement or how can we use them. Okay, so let's start our code. Now we have a custom function Python file. So let's create our own function. So what's a function first? A function is uh, a group of code or a section of a code that can be reused multiple times. It contains, it have its own name, and if required, it can have parameters or inputs, and then after the process after its body section is being processed, then it's going to return a value. Okay, let's try to create a simple function. It says hello world. Okay, so the syntax for Python is def, which means define. Now the function name, greeting. Now, so parentheses open and close parentheses with no input. So this function is not going to take any input. After the colon, don't forget the colon. So after the colon, I can say just print hello world. So this is our function. Now let's try to access our function. We access our function using its name. Okay, and we have to write the opening and closing parentheses to make or to tell Python that this is a function name. I'm trying to call a function. Okay, here we defined or we created a function, and here we are using that created function. Okay, let's run our code. Right click on the file, run. Let's see hello world. So this function returns a value, just prints the data we give it. Okay, let's try something else. Now let's create a function that takes parameters. Okay, so let's create a function that adds two numbers, value 1 and value 2 are the name of the parameters, colon. Okay, so now what we can do is we can create a new variable, result, and what result is going to hold is the sum of value 1 and value 2. The variables we have accepted as an input for our function. Then we can print whatever we have in the result variable. Now if you want to call or if you want to use the function add, we have to provide two values. If you want to run the code like this, it will create an error. What it says is it's a type error, add function missing two required positional arguments or parameters, value 1 and value 2. Okay, what if I want to provide I provide two number, one value, then value 1 is given but still value 2 is missing, so you have to provide two values. Now when we run our function, we'll get the sum. So this is how we define our functions. So our function has a function name, input parameter or arguments, and body. The body is just the process. Okay, what is this function is going to do using those parameters? So whatever in here inside our function is called the body. Now there is another concept with functions, that is return. The function accepts two values, and after doing all the required calculations, we have to return the value, not print the value here, rather return the value. So to do that, what I can do is just return the value in the variable result. Okay, now let's run our code. See, this function is being called and we have a value being returned, but we haven't used the returned value, so there is nothing here. Now let's try something else. Let's create a variable here and let's store the returned value in the new variable called sum, and print the value in the variable sum. Now if we run our function, we get our result. So this is how we declare and use custom functions in Python. So in the coming videos, we'll see how to use inbuilt or ready-made functions defined by Python libraries. Okay, so we are done with custom functions. Thank you for watching our video, and also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll get notifications about our future videos. Thank you for watching again.